Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to RSS, another Monday in Oregon, Monday morning. It is Labor Day everywhere in the world except the United States. We have to go to work today. So if you're not in the United States, congratulations. I hope you have a good day off. You've earned it. Mary and I and Michelle all have to go to work today. Well, I have to go to work today. Michelle and Mary gave that up a long time ago. We will have another meeting of learning and having fun. And having said that, I'm going to turn this over to our presiding officer, who is also our general evaluator today, Ravi.
Thank you, Tiger. I am really glad to be back. I missed a few meetings and I wasn't very happy having missed them. Really glad I could make it. And as Yasmin couldn't be with us today because she missed a flight or something of that sort, I am standing in as the presiding officer. I don't think we have any club related announcements to make as of today, but I would want to welcome and thank both our guests. We have Akanksha, who's become a very regular guest at our meetings, and I would also want to thank Lasya. I just reached out to her, and I think she immediately agreed when I said, "Do you mind evaluating somebody who's going to give a speech today?" And she said, "Sure, I'll join in." So I know Lasya from my other Toastmasters club back here in Hyderabad in India, and she and I, well, she was the convener of a district conference in another lifetime, and that's how I got to interact with her and all of that. So that's how I've invited her here today. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Ravi.
All right, and with that, I will call upon our Toastmaster of the day today. Our Toastmaster of the day is somebody who brings in a lot of energy to every meeting. And I still remember when she took up the table topics master role and had music in, that was the first time I ever remember having music being a part of the club, any club for that matter, and I really loved it. I'm looking forward to a similar, very engaging meeting from the Toastmaster of the day today. Over to you, Ayu.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much. Wow, yeah, we had fun that time with the music. Thank you for remembering that. And hi, everyone. I would like to invite Lasya to introduce herself for like 30 seconds. Would you like to do that, Lasya?
Sure. Well, my name is Lasya. I've been with Toastmasters since maybe a decade. I did play a couple of leadership roles like the DFM. I was a district contestant a couple of times. And I work for Tata Consultancy Services. And personally, I love drawing mazes. You know, those finding the way out. I draw very complex versions of mazes. And I like dabbling into a lot of things creative. That's it for me. Thank you.
Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you, Lasya. Welcome. Very special today. We have Lasya with us. My fellow Toastmaster, let's just get started with our meeting today, together with Akanksha and Lasya and Titin as our speaker today. The theme of the day is safety and health at work. Just because today is the Labor Day. Okay. First thing in my mind, what is safety? What does safety at work means? I Googled it in the internet and they said it's for the industrial company. It can also mean all the attire that they wear, like the hard hat, safety boots, gloves, the bright color clothes, so they can easily be seen from afar or by people. But this can also lead to feel safe with people. So not just the risk of injury, but like the feel safe emergency care plan, the insurance things, for example, something if you have something happen in the work, what the company will do. part is the help at work. Again, consult Google, and they were talking about work-related problems like physical, emotional, and mental. Oh, wow. So it's not just maybe something fall from far, from up and then hurt our feet, but also the overall human being health. Let's talk about this a little deeper in our table topic session. And now we want to start with our prepared speech. Today, oh, just a moment. We have a team. We also have team. We have our GE, Ravi, and we have our grammarian, Mary, the accountant. I will do the accountant and timer. Let's start with Ravi. Ravi, would you mind to share or introduce your role? Thank you, Ravi.
Sure,
Robbie,
thank you.
I was going to offer to be the counter as well as the grammarian.
Okay, sure. Thank you for that, Mary. That's one less thing for you to worry about, I guess. All right, so I'm the general evaluator for our meeting today. And the whole point of evaluation is to receive feedback. And feedback is something that's integral to any and every Toastmasters club meeting. Along with me, I have a team of evaluators. We have the speech evaluator who will come in and evaluate written speech. We also have grammarian, our counter, and the timer. So I'd like to request each of them to introduce themselves. Let's start with the grammarian of the day today. That's Mary. She's going to talk about her role and also introduce the word of the day. Over to you, Mary.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Welcome from Destin, Florida in the United States. I'm here at a campground. So I'm out in the wilderness doing my grammarian counter report. My role as grammarian will be listening for improper use of the English language, but also listening for very good uses of the English language, great visual phrases. And I will give my report at the end of my grammarian report at the end of the meeting. I am also tasked with giving a word of the day. And word of the day is a way for us to improve or increase our vocabulary. We learn a word and we try to use it as much as we can throughout the speaking opportunities today at the meeting. But then we want you to use it when you leave Toastmasters to try to increase your vocabulary. My word of the day is occupation, to go along with the theme about Workers' Day. Occupation. It's a noun. It means job or profession. Occupation. Please try to use that, and I will keep a count of every time it's used in a meeting. Lastly, my role as counter is to listen for filler words that we use when speaking, when our tongue can't catch up with our brain. We use little words like so, and, little connector words till we get our thoughts together. We want to get rid of those because it distracts from our message. So I will be giving a count of that as well and give a report at the end of the meeting. Those are my roles as grammarian and counter for today's meeting. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Mary. I think everybody, our usual suspects, that is, are busy, occupied with celebrating May Day today. And that's why we have a much lesser audience than we usually do. All right. Now, I have ticked that box of using the word of the day today. Let me also call upon the timer for our day today. It's Akanksha. Akanksha, would you want to tell us a little bit about your role?
Yeah, hello everyone. Greetings to the Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Today I will be the timer. I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denotes the specific remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise green card. At 1.5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you so much. And I will give my report at the end.
Thank you, Akanksha. All right, I think that's about all I had that I wanted to offer to everybody. And I'll hand it back to our Toastmaster of the day, Ayub.
Thank you, Ravi. And this is my word of the day. I was just thinking, can I say that my occupation is a professional Toastmaster? Woo! Oh, if I got paid, that would be awesome. Okay. Now we are going to the first session of our Toastmaster meeting, which is the prepare speech, and we have Titin as our first speaker. I want to check with Lasha if she wants to introduce Titin, or do you want me to introduce Titin?
Introduce him or the speech, or the speech objectives?
The speech objective, or whatever you want. How you want to do it?
I think I'll do if it is a speech objective. So it's good morning and good evening, everybody, and a warm good evening to you, especially Tintin. So Tintin will be giving in the level 3 elective Inspire Your Audience. The purpose of the speech of the project is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires everybody. The purpose of the speech is also for the members to inspire the entire audience present here. So look forward to getting inspired, Tintin. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Wow, thank you, Lasha. Thank you so much, Rafi, for doing this, to connect everything, to connect all the dots. So Lasha has everything. And now, Lasha, Titin, fellow Toastmaster, let's hear from Titin. The speech title is From Vision to Victory. From Vision to Victory, Titin Ningsih.
Still remember your New Year's resolution, your New Year's goal? Have you screwed them up already? Just like me? Well, worry not, because we still have one more New Year that is coming. That is the Toastmasters New Year, which will happen in July. So let us talk about goal setting. All of us love success, don't we? Well, let me start with the definition of success. What is success? According to you, according to me, according to each of us. Perhaps having a prestigious occupation, or maybe having a mansion, driving a flashy car. Well, the definition of success for each person is different. For me, I do not like to drive in this expensive car. I prefer to drive in this cheaper car or any other car which is cheaper, because it will have cheaper maintenance fee. Well, on one sunny Sunday, I contemplate on this. Every success that we would like to have, there is the price for it. Are we willing to pay the price? For example, I would like to be slimmer, so I need to do some exercises. However, I am too lazy to wake up in the morning. So it just simply means I do not want to pay the price. Now, let me bring you to the discussion of the rule of doubling. Let us take a look at this. On the first day, let's say we save only $0.01. On the second day, we save double the amount that we save on day one. So it means that we save 0.02. On day 30, we need to save 5 million something dollar. So let us see how great is this, the rule of doubling. So let us take this as our rule of thumb to double our income, to make it as our goal. Let's say this month we have this income. Next month we can aim to have it doubled. And we do it repeatedly. And we will see the power of 2. Only 2. We need only to double the amount that we have at the moment. Well, talking about goals, perhaps we need to take a piece of paper and also ballpoint to write it down. What is our goal so that it becomes clearer? What we cannot measure, it will be difficult for us to improve it. So if you have your ballpoint and your paper ready, then let us do this together. Okay, so I think that we need to have one action, okay, one action that we will focus on, and the others will follow, because we might have so many goals with us. We may have the goals that we want to have a healthy body and then better income, or maybe spiritually. However, it is our goal, not any other people's shiny, shimmering, and splendid goals, but our goals that we are pursuing. And have one action only so that we can focus on this action and the others will follow. And I provide with you one more tip so that your goal, you can achieve your goal easier. That is, take a look around and choose someone, okay, in whom you would like to place your bet. For example, find a buddy, tell them, Ilios, I aim to reduce my weight to 48 kilograms before the end of this month. If I fail to do it, here, take $1,000 from me. I bet you will do everything it takes to achieve your goal. So that's my challenge for you. Take a look around, find someone whom you like to place your bet with. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
I want the $1,000. Thank you, Titin. Thank you for the speech, inspiring indeed, sorry. And now we are going to move from the fun, listening to Titin's speech, go to another fun stuff, which is table topic. And this will be led by Tiger. Tiger, just one thing, Michelle first. Michelle first. We want to hear from Michelle. Thank you.
Table topics today. There will be one challenge. In your table topics, you have 2 minutes. In that 2-minute period, I would like you to say the word of the day, which is occupation. But let's start with Michelle. Michelle, what?
You said 2 challenges. You only mentioned 1.
The second challenge will be the question itself. How's that? So you're
Ah,
going to get a question. That's challenge number 1. Thank you though for verifying that. Question, that's your challenge. Second thing is to use the word occupation. And I'm going to make this easy for you guys. I'm going to throw you softballs, as they say. It's an idiom. Michelle, what was your favorite occupation and why?
Yes, that is a softball. I love to talk about occupations because I believe in the saying, when you love your job, it stops being a job because you have so much fun doing it. And my favorite occupation, if you can call it an occupation, considering I love it so much, it's not a job anymore, is training. I actually started doing training in a very weird way. I had been studying clinical psychology, go figure. Yikes. When I think about it now, really? Clinical psychology? But back then, I thought that was a good occupation to pursue after I couldn't pursue law because the late then dictator of the Philippines, Marcos, had declared martial law. And it was dangerous to have law as an occupation. You could get arrested because he would suspect you as being a subversive. Long story short, I was a clinical psychology student and I was earning a little side allowance helping a trainer. So I would set up her things. I would have all the masking tape and all the, all the materials at the back of the room. I would prepare the room. I would take care of the coffee and all that. And of course, then I would sit at the back of the room and just listen to her doing her seminars. And I really enjoyed it. And I was listening to her. Then one day, and remember, this was before cell phones. One day, it was getting very close to the start of the scheduled start, and she wasn't there. And the participants started arriving, and she wasn't there. And I started thinking, what am I going to do? Eventually, it was time, and she wasn't there. So I went up to the front of the room and started, icebreakers and had fun with the participants. And I remembered her session because I had attended it several times. I did it. And she actually arrived later that time. And she signaled for me to just go on doing it. And later on, evaluations for me were higher than for her. That was the start of my occupation. I love to do training. I still do. So there you are. Back to you, Mr. Tickle Topics or Table Topics Master.
I think the idiom that comes to mind is she jumped in with both feet. Or you could say she fell backwards into her occupation. Either way. Thank you so much, Michelle. That was fun. Let's go with our guest, E.T. E.T., what is the most dangerous job you've ever had? Tell us the story.
The most dangerous job that I have ever had in my present life is to answer double topic from my boss. Can you imagine? My boss has a lot of questions that I cannot answer. Even though I have practiced a lot of double topic questions in Toastmasters meeting, but I never got that question came out from my boss. So yes, that's the dangerous job ever. And the occupation is this boss will always try to make me under pressure. Like, Elios, you came late today. Why did you came late? Well, boss, I just came late for 1 minute and you are asking me for that. I just came to the office and I parked my vehicle. Do you say that it is late? I just need to walk. But yes, I walk so slow. Sorry. And then another one is, Elios, you didn't finish the assignment. Why you don't make it before the deadline comes? Well, I just came late only by several minutes. You were just in another meeting. and I already went to the office to submit it to you, but you are saying that you are busy again. And another third time is the charm, okay? Elios, why are you still in this office? Tough question, right? Well, I said it honestly. I need the money to pay my dues. And yes, I respect all of the time that I have spent here in the office, and I hope that I can contribute to your company. That's the toughest questions that I have got, and also the hope that I have tried to cover on. Back to you, Tiger.
I got a great idea. I think we should get paid for doing table topics. What do you got? Everyone raise your hand if you think you should get paid for answering a table topic question. I think so. I think it's much more difficult than about half of the jobs I've ever done. And speaking of difficult jobs, let's have some fun with our evaluator, Lasha, is that correct?
Yes.
I hate to interrupt your taking notes to do your evaluation, but here is my question for you. What is the worst job you've ever had? Tell us that story.
Okay, my best and the worst and my current is the same job. I've been having the same work. I've been working in the same company and almost playing similar roles for the last 12 years. So the best, worst, everything all comes together for me. All right. So the worst period that I worked in my company, let me put it, is when I was into operations. I'm always a very creative person who loves doing everything new. I need something new, something challenging every single time. In between, I thought, let me take I thought I was getting overwhelmed, and then so I moved into operations, so to so-called have a stable job, and within a month or two, those repetitive tasks took a toll on me because I find them very gruelingly boring. And so I had almost put my papers down to resign. So that was my worst period in my company in the same job that I'm doing right now. That's it for me. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Yes, every occupation has its own danger. Timer. I think she thought she was going to get away because she's hiding behind that timer watch. Concha. There you go. Robbie's got you. Robbie's got your timing.
Hello, Tiger. Actually, I'm missing getting the time.
Akancha, what was your favorite job? Or if you didn't have a favorite job, what would be your dream? Let's go with that. What would be your dream job? If you could have any job in the world, what would be your dream job? Occupation.
Okay. So just a minute. For me, my dream job is to become a CA and a chartered accountant. It is one of the most precious job occupation in our India, and I'm also preparing for them. I study and work very hard to become this. I really want to become a very good chartered accountant, and there are very lot of hard work that pays to become a CA. So for me, it's like a very difficult to manage my studies and with this. So I want to become a person who does not depend anyone. I become independent for me. So that's why I want to become CA. That's all.
Thank you very much, Concha. And we all wish you the best of luck with your future. A lot of us have been in school. We know how that is. And I think Mary can agree, is glad we're not in school anymore. Let's go with our Toastmaster of the day. She thought that she's Toastmaster, she's gonna get away, but no, you can run, but you cannot hide. IU, what is the job that caused you the most stress?
A good question. The most stressful job is when you are not in the same page with your colleagues, or when there is somebody or maybe a few people who constantly being very negative. So any job should be okay, should be fine, should be great, should be very good. But when somebody or a few people doing that, that will cause me some stress. And how to do that? How to get rid of that? I have one, I saw one YouTube or TikTok, I think, saying something like, there is a glass, she put a little dirt over there and mix it, and that dirt is everywhere. And then she tried to take it out slowly. And she said, wow, we took a lot of time taking out all this dirt and try to make this glass clear. And even the water from the glass getting lower and lower. It means our souls also get stressed, also get taken out. And she gave a very good things that I love. The answer is, she said, she took another, like a jug of clean water, and she poured it out. Soon, not even just a few seconds, all the water came out, and all the dirt also came out with that clean water, and the glass became clearer. And the message from her is, if you have a negativity into your life, then just pour all the positive. Just keep doing positive thinking, pour yourself with all the good stuff. Then everything will be clearer soon after that. Wow, how about that? Thank you, Tiger.
That's the best non-answer answer I have ever heard in my life. I have no idea what her most stressful job was, but I just learned if you're having a hard time, just keep pouring the good stuff. Just keep positive, keep pouring the good water in there, and the dirt will go find somewhere else to go. Thank you, IU. Teton. Tell us a story about your struggles to start your own business.
Well, my struggle to start my own business. I started my own business right after I finished my college, because I was working as a teacher at a school when I was studying in the college. So when I finished my college, I started my own business. The difficulty will be I had no mentor at the time, and as years go by, I had very good mentors who can teach me about how to do the branding and then the marketing, how to retain my employees. So this is the most important thing that I learned from someone who is more experienced in business, because before I know about how to retain my employees, I kept on thinking that this is a problem for me. My employees were absent, having high absenteeism, and then turnover, not really, but mostly about the absenteeism. And that person teach me one thing, one secret, to keep my employees stay with me with very low absenteeism. Would you like to know that secret? The secret is to provide a house for the employees so that they will stay with me with very low absenteeism, and they most of the time will be punctual because they are staying in the same place, in the same house as the place where they are working, where they are teaching. So they cannot run away from me. When they say they are sick, then I will knock their door. Okay, knock, 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 and I will check them. Are you really sick? What can I do for you? Perhaps I can provide you with some food or some medicine. So that way they will never be able to escape from me. Thank you, Table Topic Master.
Teaching is an honorable occupation. I don't know about locking teachers in, is that's very honorable or not, but it might work. I think it's a great idea. Mary. Mary, I know you've had a lot of jobs. I'm going to ask you, what was your favorite job and why was it your favorite job or occupation?
Thank you, Table Topics Master. My favorite occupation was being an elementary school teacher. I absolutely loved working with children, and I loved when they would have that aha moment. And an aha moment is when it finally clicks in their brain, the concept that you're trying to teach them. It would almost be a very visual lights on type thing. Oh, I get it now. And it's just such a personal victory when you help a child get that aha moment. And sadly, I only taught for 2 years before I went into computers. And there might be a possibility down the line that I may go back to substituting for a year or two, because I really do miss working with children. And so that was my favorite occupation. Sadly, I had a very short period of time that I worked in that job, but time is still with me, so I may get that chance again. If you haven't had an experience like that working with children, I hope you seek to find your favorite, most fulfilling occupation. Back to you, Tiger.
Once again, teaching, honorable occupation, that is for sure. And Ravi, I'm going to piggyback on something that Mary said. Oh, this is really, really dangerous. I hope you have a hard hat, gloves, you have your spike shoes. What was your biggest aha moment at any job?
My biggest aha moment at any job. I think, well, I wouldn't just say there's one, there were more than one for sure, but the ones that instantly come to my mind, first one is, if you're not having fun while you're working, I think it's time that you change and do something where you have fun. So that was one of my biggest aha moments. And I experienced that. I think I can borrow from what I heard Lasya mention earlier as well, in terms of she wanted a change and she moved to a different set of departments or people that she worked with. So similarly, I think when I was working and I got into a rut and I realized that the work that I used to enjoy was not enjoyable anymore. And that was one big aha moment. So when I switched and I moved into a different kind of a job at the same workplace, and I started enjoying it even more, I knew that that was one thing. And another aha moment I would say is, sometimes even if you're stuck in a rut and even if you're not enjoying the work, if you've got a very good set of colleagues with you, who are not colleagues anymore, but they've actually become very good friends, a little more than an acquaintance, much closer to becoming a friend, I think they make that occupation and that rut that you're in, they make it a little more bearable. So if you think you cannot find another job very soon or another department to work in, I think you need to find a good set of people, and whatever kind of work they're doing, as long as you have a good set of people to work with, you'll start enjoying that work. So that would be another thing. I think that is all I can say for now. Even if you lose all your hair when you're working and you're still young, it's okay. But find people that you can have fun with and stick around with them and work with them. Or even if you don't get any work, but you have good friends at work, that should be good enough. So those are my aha moments. Thank you. Back to you, Tiger.
To have fun on a job? What is wrong with you, Ravi? They're paying you. You can't have fun on a job. I've been going to physical therapy in this place. They all laugh and joke with each other. And I keep telling them, you guys, you can't laugh at work. There's something wrong with you people. Well, congratulations to everybody. And I will be sending all of you money. You are all going to get 5,000 rupiah. Now, the Teton and Elias and especially IU are all laughing because they realize that 5,000 rupiah is about 30 cents, but you all earned it. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Wow,
Wait, that's you, Table Topics Master.
Back to you, Toastmaster of the day. I wanted to talk some more, but I have to give back to the Toastmaster. Darn it. Okay, there you go.
You know, my father always said, if you want to reach or have $100, $1 means a lot. So 5,000, I'll take it. Thank you, Tiger, for such wonderful session. And now we are going to move to our last session, which is evaluation, and it will be led by Ravi. Screen is yours.
Thank you, Ayu. That was a wonderful session that we had for table topics. I really wish it hadn't ended. And I was wondering if we should find a table topic for Tiger as well, but maybe we can come back to that after everything is done. All right, so with that, let me invite our evaluator for today, Lasya, to evaluate the speech that was given by Titan. Over to you, Lasya.
Check, am I audible, visible? Yeah. So, good morning or good evening to you, Tintin, once again. It was an inspiring, engaging, and an exemplary speech. Thank you for giving us a speech, motivating us to think beyond our occupation and focus on our goals and actions. All right, so good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and special good morning to you, Tintin. So today I divide my evaluation into two parts. First, what I really loved about your speech, and second, how do we take your speech to the next level? So what I really loved about your speech is opening. You tried to engage with your audience with, your resolutions to remind about your New Year's, etc. And I also loved those beautiful tips that you gave on not only saying, focusing on your goals are important, but also giving tips on how do you conquer them, like, power of doubling, and also, declaring your goals to people, though I'm a little scared of losing my $1,000 though. All right. So to make your visionary speech to a more victorious speech, I have a couple of recommendations. One, your specific purpose. You started beautifully with, New Year resolutions, etc. But then suddenly you spoke about Toastmasters New Year. So I was expecting you to talk about, renewing into Toastmasters, etc. So I felt you deviated there a little bit. Then your body of your speech. You started off with success, and then you spoke about your goals and tips on how do you conquer your goals, but was amazing. But again, when you came back to your conclusion, you really rushed through. For a speech that requires a person to inspire the audience, your conclusion becomes the most reinforcing point of your speech. So it's very, very important to reinforce every single point in your conclusion. So I felt your conclusion could have been stronger to reinforce your body of your speech. So when it comes to delivery, you started off your speech beautifully with, news, and then you had a lot of papers coming up, placards sort of things. I felt you were scrambling for papers, and also the papers did not, those sheets did not add too much value to your speech, especially in a virtual environment where people are struggling for attention. Too much of flips actually distracts your audience. So you could have actually let go of your speech and just let go of those pieces of papers and just focused on your content and your audience. That I think would have gone a long way. So to summarize, your speech went brilliant with your engagement and your wonderful tips, but it could have been more better if you'd focus on the purpose and your audience. That's it for me. Over to you, Toastmaster Ravi.
Thank you, Lasya. I hope the evaluation does give Titan some food for thought for her speech. I think that she's about to deliver tomorrow as well. So with that, let's call upon our grammarian for the day today, Mary. I think we all kept her occupied in trying to count the number of times the word of the day was used, and I hope she's going to give us a little more inputs on that. Over to you, Mary.
Thank you, Ravi. And yes, there were numerous uses of our word of the day, which was occupation. IU, I think, and I don't think I caught them all, but I had IU with one, Ravi with one. I know, no, he at least did two. Tiger 4, Ilios 1, Michelle 4. But I think I was so engaged with what you all were saying for the grammarian, I heard the word and didn't write it down. So if you used the word, which I think many of you did, I didn't count it. Sorry about that. Appreciate you using it. And remember to try and use it outside of our meetings. Use the word occupation. As always, I hate the job of grammarian and counter with this club. It's so hard because you speak so well. I did find a few incorrect uses of grammar, and I did find a few filler words. But what really took most of my time was scribbling down all the amazing visual words used. So my report is quite lengthy, but mostly great stuff. So I'll try to summarize it as best I can. And I was writing all over the papers. Let me start with Lasya, I think I did that right. In her table topic, she said, I must be creative. And she used the word grueling, gruelingly boring. I was like, wow, gruelingly boring. That's pretty darn boring. She also said, how do we take your speech to the next level? Wow, what a powerful statement. Love that. How you conquered them, reinforcing, just all great words. The only thing I caught last year was 2 filler words, and I'm sorry if you hear a plane above. I'm in an Air Force Base campground. 1 so and 2 ahs. Titted, contemplate, rule of thumb, and rule of doubling. Great words. 1 action we will focus on. I liked all those things. And on your topics. Sorry, can you all hear me okay? Yeah. I have an airplane flying right above. Oh, there's my Titin, you said the difficulty will be, it actually was in the past, so the difficulty was. I loved how you said retain, absenteeism. And you ended it with such a powerful statement. They will never be able to escape from me. I thought, what a great yeah, help them and they can't get away. That's great. Michelle said, subversive, and if you love what you'll do, it'll never be work. I like that. Elios, under pressure, cover it effectively. I like those. Tiger, you said idioms several times. I like that. You said in the same page. I believe you meant on the same page, but then you said not even. Oh, you changed your idea, not even, and then you went just a few. So you switched your sentence there. But you said, fill yourself up with the good stuff. I like that. That was a cute phrase. Okay. Ravi, I got into a rut. I like that. And he said, colleagues and bearable. Good words. I think that might be it. Like I said, I'm all over the place with checking word of the day and everything. Oh, Akansha. I couldn't understand the word you were saying before, accountant. And I'm really grateful. Somebody put it in the chat that said chartered accountant. But I gathered it had to be some sort of a higher grade accountant. But it was I learned a new word today, chartered accountant, through you. So thank you. That concludes my grammarian word of the day and counter report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you for that comprehensive report. Now let's call on Akanksha to share with us the timers report. Over to you, Akanksha.
Yeah, just a minute. I will share my screen to present my report. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
So I will prepare a small kind of report on today's timer report. And for the table topics, Michelle take 2 minutes 30 seconds, Ayu take 2 minutes 24 seconds, and Ravi take 2 minutes 7 seconds. Titin takes 2 minutes 23 seconds. Mary Person take 1 minute 27 seconds. Lasya takes 1 minute and 5 seconds. Alos take 2 minutes 23 seconds, and me take 1 minute and 6 seconds. And for the speaker Titin, she takes 5 minutes and 51 seconds for her speak. And for as a grammarian, Mary takes 4 minutes 31 seconds, which is, I think, very big time. And he gives a very comprehensive report to us. And as an evaluator, last year takes 2 minutes 46 seconds, which is also a very comprehensive report. On behalf of last year, thank you so much. And that is back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Akanksha. Thank you for that comprehensive report that you have also shared as a timer. Thank you very much. Visually presenting it to us, I think it reinforces that. It reinforces something that I need to also be very mindful of. Every time I give a speech, I always go over time, and looking at that report in the form of a slide, I think it hits that idea home very well, not just for me, but for everyone. Thank you for that. All right, so with that, it is time for my report as a general evaluator. I don't really have anything big to point out. I think we just started a couple of minutes late, but that's okay, because I think we're going to end well before our end time. We have, I think, about 15 more minutes to go. So I think we're good there. One thing that I missed doing, I just called on last year and I said, thank you for taking up the role when I was playing the presiding officer role, but I forgot to ask her to introduce herself. So thank you, Ayu, for doing that. So that's something I should keep in mind. The speech from Titin was really good. I was waiting for Tiger to cringe because I was going to say I really loved it, but then anyway, I've got it in. So I love the speech. Thank you for that, Titan. What I took away from that was success means different things to different people. And I also took away a lot of interesting points from last year on the evaluation. That's something that I am weak at, and I'm looking forward to improve on those aspects as well. The table topics were very engaging as usual. Great job, Tiger. And thank you for keeping us all occupied, making sure that you asked us something about the theme and tied to the theme. So that was really good as well. I think everybody had a lot of fun with the table topics. All the other role players did a great job as well. The our counter and Grammar and Mary did a great job. So did our timer, Akanksha. She keeps doing that she keeps taking up these roles every single time, and she keeps doing a very good job of it. So thank you for that, Akanksha. I have one request to make of our timer, Akanksha, is when you introduce your role, I would also request that if you can tell everybody how you're going to show them what is red, green, and yellow. That way they will be aware of it, especially if they are new to the club or they haven't been in the meeting for a while. If you were to just tell them that, hey, these are the backgrounds I'm going to use, therefore they'll be aware of what it is that you'll be doing.
I think I will tell in the beginning of my introduction.
Right, that's right. That's about it. That's all I had. And I think with that, I will hand it back to our Toastmaster of the day, Ayu, to keep us occupied for how much ever time she has in mind. Thank you.
Yeah, Ravi, thank you so much for leading the evaluation session. And this is now, I think I would like to give the privilege to you to give one table topic for our table topic master. Do you have something in mind?
Okay. Tiger, I'll ask you this. This is a line from one of my favorite movies. It's called Office Space, and the line is, "What would you do if you had $1 million?" And I ask it in this way: what would be the occupation of your choice if you did not have to worry about money? So, what would you do if you had $1 million?
What would I do if I had $1 million? The first thing I would do is pay off the mortgage for both my sisters and my brother, that they don't have to worry about that anymore. Then I'd go out and buy myself a brand new motorhome, a little bit bigger than this, and I would hire somebody to drive the thing. I would put a lot of it, I would stash it. I'd put it in all kinds of different places so that basically I would live off the interest of the money. And when I'm gone, the money can go to my kids. It can go to someone else. I would travel. I would definitely take some time, and I would like to travel around the world, having done Toastmasters with COVID, travel around the world and teaching around the world. I want to go visit. I want to go visit many places: Turkey, Indonesia, Europe. I don't want to go to Russia. Any Russians here? No Russians here. Nothing personal against Russia. I would really like to see the wilderness of Russia, but right now I'm not too interested in Russia. However, I would like to see the wilderness of Canada. You guys realize that 90% of Canada, there are no people. So I would really like to go up there and check out the wildlife. The world is amazing, and I would really like to go travel it. So in conclusion, I'd help everyone in my family take care of their financial situations, buy myself a brand new motorhome, and then I'm going to go travel the US in my motorhome and travel by personal plane all over the world. And if you're really nice, I might even invite you to come. Back to you, GE.
Thank you, Tiger. Akanksha had a question for you, and I was pointing to myself as well. I said, would you not want to visit us in India? But that's okay. We are still waiting for those 5,000 rupees or something, right? So you can bring it along when you come. Yeah. All right. With that, I hope you're okay. Are you? Back to you, are you? Thank you for reminding me that Tiger wanted a table topic.
Yeah, I laughed so loud until I need to cough. Oh my goodness, this is what I love about this club. And with that, I would like to say like a congratulations to first Mary to become the second place winner in the international Division A international speech contest. Woo! Mary! Oh my goodness. I witnessed that and I love her speech very much. It's so inspiring. Thank you, Mary, for standing there and representing Roseburg speaker and storytellers. Next is congratulations to Tiger. He is Division C humorous speech contest champion. Woohoo! First place winner. Also, second place winner in the international speech for Division C. Wow. We are filled with all winners. And then the next things, what else I want to say? Get back to our team. I have something here that related to the safety and health at work. Another thing that very important is be aware of your surrounding. Take regular breaks and exercise. For example, walking around a little bit, and then keep the correct posture, especially I believe like Ravi, Eleos, they are in front of computer all the time. So yeah, after 1 hour or 2 hours, you probably want to stand up and like have a glass of water or just look at outside window or something, just to refresh. And it is our responsibility to report any unsafe condition. For example, if there is a water flow in the restroom, you want to report that to the correct person or person in charge for that, because it seems like small, but it's quite important. So that's all about the team and our meeting today, which I really like. I saw how excited Mary with all the report, the notes all over the place. This is the things that we like. Our Monday occupation, taking role in the meeting. Wow! With that, I would like to give the control back to our presiding officer, Ravi.
I would like to file a complaint. The reason I do table topics is so I don't have to answer a table topic question. So I am filing an official complaint with TI that I was forced to answer a table topic question, even though I was a table topics master. I just want you to know, Ravi, that I'm going to put your name on that complaint.
Sure, Tiger. All right. Thank you for that. Oh, we lost Elios. All right. Thank you, Elios. Who else? Okay, I think with that, we can officially call our meeting closed and maybe also stop recording. Let me do that.